Jainism looks at all of existence as moving in a KAALCHAKRA, a cycle of time. Everything moves in a circle. What you consider your success today may become a failure tomorrow. What you consider a failure today may become a success tomorrow. The view of the tirthankaras is that we are not to get neurotic about either success or failure. You see, in ordinary life, if we are successful, we ride so high on that feeling of success that we forget that failure can also lurk on the horizon. Similarly, when we maybe encounter a failure, it puts us in a morass of hopelessness. The view of the tirthankara is that you have to remain between, a witness of this KAALCHAKRA, not get identified with its upward or downward movement. It is bound to sometimes go up, it is bound to sometimes come down. Become a little more tolerant, a little more patient. The eye of patience is the eye of the tirthankara. It is about your inner serenity, and that is the whole basis of Jainism. Keep yourself inwardly serene. Whatever happens is to be enjoyed, it's to be encountered, it's to be faced. The main essential quality of the tirthankaras is serenity. And even if we cannot emulate their higher aspects, at least in terms of this creation of serenity within ourselves, we can emulate them. Because eventually that is what empowers us, that is what will give us strength, that is what makes quality of life. Without it, everything is worthless. You see what the serenity creates. It creates a sense of rootedness. You look at the images of the tirthankaras, they seem very rooted in the earth. Deeply rooted, serene yet strong, serious about their pursuit, yet something in them is light-hearted. Something in them seems like they have dropped the burdens that we carry in our everyday lives, the psychological burdens, the emotional burdens, and so on. They are free of all that. They are free of the hallucinations that life will fulfill us completely through the attainment of the material. They have understood that the same material circumstances which have created joy within you today can create fear tomorrow if they are lost. The same material circumstances which created friendship with others may turn into hatred and enmity with them when it comes to property, when it comes to territory, when it comes to power, position, and so on. All these material events are part of the cosmic cycle, the KAALCHAKRA, the cycle of time. There is something, the witness, which is beyond all this, who does not become entangled too seriously in all this, who understands it as part of a cosmic cycle, a play of existence itself. And being non-entangled is the key to understanding the vision of the tirthankaras. Don't get so entangled within yourself. You see, so many tirthankaras have come and gone, but mankind has remained just the same as it ever was. We are basically obtuse. We are basically not willing to learn the essential message of them at a practical level. They're teaching us a way of evolving our attitude towards the world. People think the tirthankaras are all about giving up the world, giving up enjoyments and so on. No, look at the essential lesson. The essential lesson is evolving our way we look at the world. Looking at the world with a serene, equal eye. Looking at the world without getting neurotic about our own successes and failures. All that comes and goes. You don't need to be too positive one moment, too negative one moment. Get out of that whole cycle, become a witness of things. Then even the negative can be positive. Even what you thought to be a hopeless situation can have some meaning, can fill you with a tremendous strength, can become a catalyst for creation of true value within your life, true value within the world. So put your heart into understanding the energy that the tirthankaras represent. That same energy can be yours. Their lesson is of immense help. Their very attitude of meditation is a reminder that where there is serenity, there is strength. Where there is serenity, there is beauty. Where there is serenity, there is intrinsic value of life. You see, no other scriptures are needed when it comes to Jainism. The tirthankaras themselves are the scripture. They themselves are the pinnacle. They themselves are the Mount Everest of attainment. Looking at them, understanding them itself opens up the hidden depths of the scriptures. All the scriptural experiences are echoed through the very being of the tirthankaras. It's not complicated, it is very natural to understand it. We just need an eye of insight. There's no need to analyze, categorize whole scriptures. That in fact leads to a greater darkness within our being because we forget the essential lessons of the tirthankaras, the essential lessons that their path represents. Their path is one of becoming unified with all of life, feeling oneness with the rivers, the mountains, the oceans, the galaxy, the cosmos, and the highest truth. And through that oneness comes about the explosion of all dimensions, the explosion of ourselves into infinity, where our heart, emotions, feelings, thoughts, moods, and all sorts of things come into an alignment, because now we are aligned to a greater truth. And how does that happen? By being a watcher, being an observer, being a serene, passive observer, as if you are watching the whole play of creation at a distance. Yes, that is the message of the tirthankaras, that we can be a perfect witness to all that is happening. And that is essentially what it means to be non-entangled. That is what it means to attain to a greater freedom of consciousness. Don't make your consciousness stick to what is happening at a material level. That will go on in its own time, in its own way. That will go on depending on circumstances and your ability to deal with them. But what is truly the bridge to the greater joy, to the greater bliss, is this ability where you can retain this expansion of mind, this expansion of heart, to be serene. This situation where nothing frightens you on the one hand and nothing overexcites you on the other hand. That is your only discipline. Don't let anything frighten you. A failure can move into success. And on the other hand, don't let anything overexcite you, because that is bound to become a lie in the ultimate view of things. Don't get carried away by today's successes. Calm down, cool down. Enjoy its bliss, but enjoy its bliss like a play. You see, the problem with most people is that they're not able to treat their success as a play. Success is a combination of many factors, circumstances, and something greater working to make the timing of your success possible. So have a little gratitude for it. Look at it as a play and a gift of existence itself. So doing, you don't get lost in it. You don't become neurotic with it. You don't get into power plays and power games. You see, the problem with successful people is that they often become obnoxious. You can see it in all realms of life throughout history. But the vision of the tirthankaras is such that It sort of balances us, places things in a inner santulan and inner balance, where you are available to all possibilities, where your growth is not dependent upon the changing tide of the Kaalchakra. No. The very principle of your existence is rooted in becoming a serene and passive observer of all that is going on. And that is the greatest adventure. That is like watching the ultimate movie, the ultimate play unfolding before your eyes. Be a spectator of that. Enjoy the whole experience. No matter what is playing out on the screen, no matter what is playing out on the stage, don't identify with it. Yes, enjoy the story, enjoy the emotions, enjoy that whole roller coaster ride of it. But remember, it is just a show. It is almost like a great magic show. That is the greatest adventure. That is what the tirthankara truly teaches us. Be part of it, yet be aloof from it. Don't be excited by either extreme. Be serene. And then you'll find that the source of energy at the cosmic level is immense, is infinite. It is available to you, but as long as you don't get lost in it, as long as you're able to appreciate it with an eye of wisdom.